Okay, so you guys wanna just tell about yourself, like your names and where you were born and where you were raised?
How we met?
Yeah.
My name is Theresa Sapp.
My name is Theresa
What
Sapp.
kind of sickness you went to?
COVID.
Mamma what happened by
I was thinking about it every night. What to use as native or smudging and praying. But there's a medicine too. But it's hard. There's a medicine to drink. And there's a medicine to wash hair. I forgot the name of it. Trying to think. And you bought them on a medicine. And what was it?
Piuma.
I'm trying to think. I forgot the name of it. That medicine. Bear root, I tell you. But there's another one I forgot. I'm trying to think.
My name is Theresa Sapp. I've been married 67 years. I came from Poundmaker Reserve. I've been in Little Pine 67 years. Got eight children. 4 boys, 4 girls. And lots of grandchildren, I never count them. And Chapanak and great. I lost one daughter in Edmonton. But I get along pretty good looking after my family, I think. And we try and help people out as they need help. It's very important that young children learn their culture and their language. And about being sick, there was always, I used to go around with an old woman long time ago as a young girl, picking up their medicine, telling me this and telling me what's what. I forgot some of them. And when I had TB twice, when I was 14, the doctor gave up on me. There was no room in the sanatorium, Saskatchewan and PA. So he sent me home. And my aunt took care of me. We lived in a tent in the bush. And told me to get this tree about this high, 3 or 4 feet high. Pull out the root and everything and shake it up, and then I had to chop it up, and that was my medicine for the TB. She said in the future somebody has TB, you use this, she said. So when I had my 3rd baby, my
There's a bear
TB
root,
kind of returned.
but I never use it. It's for cancer. Minun.
Gumagama bear root.
Minun magesivati. It's called minun. There, in English.
Yeah.
It's a bear root. This one. That's for everything. But I never use it. I use another medicine.
Where do you get it?
I don't know. It was
A guy brings
Guy
it from
from,
North Capel.
yeah.
There's lots of that there, and one day big, I guess they have to keep digging, because if they stop, it goes. It crawls back in. That's what they told us.
And you boil it with water and drink it?
Yeah, that's what they, and you have to grind it. And, medicines are so spiritual. You have to be very careful with them. And as I was saying about my aunt looking after me with my TB, for 4 days I only had broth to drink after vomiting that. She made it in a little lard pail. And then the 4th day she made some soup, and I drank that, and I got cured. The doctor was surprised. Then when I had my 3rd baby, I had it again, but not much. The doctor gave me 6 big pills. Horse pills, I call them. They were pretty big pills.
Yeah.
And 2 years ago, going on 2 years ago, I had cancer. And I had a little surgery. Right now I'm cancer free. And about this Covid-19, whatever they call it, it's a very weird sickness. It comes from way out in China. I don't know if it travels with the wind or whatever. But lots of times I think about it, like people go from place to place. They pass it on and pass it on. And they wonder why the Indians don't have it. Why the Indians. I hate to say one thing, but ever since I remember, white men been after us. They want to get all their medicine. They want to understand our ways, our culture, which is very sacred, and we were blessed with it. So we just can't say you do this, you do that. Not unless somebody gives you tobacco and the right. We're very careful with that. Because lots of people, they want to learn. Because after that, they go around, turn around, and they get paid so much, and they forget the people that sold them. They forget to go back to them and thank them and use their ways, I guess. And as for me, praying is the answer, because to the vision, praying and sweats. And you can't be stopping ceremonies like they're doing with the white people. I know, I'm not against Sunday church or anything, but to help one another in our ways, look after the family, and people need the help, so I hope they use it the right way. And distancing, I've never heard about that, like Indians to distance themselves. I never noticed that growing up. And well, I was an orphan, I'll say, I went to a residential school for 2 years with my late sister. She was 5. My other sister was a baby. And about this sickness, it's very hard to really explain everything. But I'm glad young people want to know. I feel I've got more ready than in a way, the way I noticed growing up about sicknesses, I couldn't really say that you get it from this person and this person. I often wonder why the other people say that. But nowadays it's so easy to travel around, go places, and I guess that's where they pass their germs around. You have to be very careful, especially with little kids nowadays. I don't know, lots of times I think, long time ago they gave out blankets and people got sick, then they were dying. They only gave them to the Indians, clothing. This was a long time ago. My dad used to tell me, and I heard old people talk about it. And they'd always say smut, so the bad stuff won't come. I know I try and tell my grandchildren, my children, not to keep on smudging and to tell one another, help one another. Because you don't know when, nowadays, the way sickness is. But if people continue and help one another, shouldn't be that bad. I had prepared more, but we don't understand white people's sickness, and they want to get our ways. Lots of times they ask us what to use and what to do, but it's up to us how we feel about a person, if they're really thinking of it, to use it the right way. I'm not saying that to go to a person then get that sickness and that, not that way. I'll say, I guess the germ will come if it's gonna come. It's very hard to discuss things sometimes. Talk in Cree, some don't understand. And I'm not too good at English. But to continue about this virus that's been going around, it's up to people if they want to help one another, do their smart and pray. I see on TV lots of times people getting sick. Having to wear a mask. There's a lady that brought some masks. I told her I had one already. It's very difficult to describe it and what to do.
Kugum, you guys are gonna have a ceremony soon. Has anybody approached you and how you guys are gonna take precautions?
Aye?
You guys are gonna have a Sundance ceremony soon. Has anybody approached you about the precautions and masks and sanitizing?
No.
No. If they did, would you have a reassurance for them not to worry?
Yeah, tell them they don't have to wear them. That's what I say, our Indian ways. Well, I can't really say it, but our Indian ways are different from theirs. And for the Sundance, it's a very sacred thing. I don't really talk about it. He was the one that was given the ceremony. I know we sacrifice, but I don't think in an Indian ceremony that they should be wearing masks. Well, according to the people, I guess, I don't know what's the difference. Wearing a mask and not wearing. Like we get a germ as soon as somebody doesn't wear a mask. That's what one lady said, a white lady, and I didn't say anything. I guess it's her feelings. Anyway, that's the only way, I think, to help one another. Keep on smart and pray. Lord, there are spirits that looks after us. God looks after us. Even animals. Animals are all medicine. Doesn't matter how small they are. Even insects, they have a little spirit. Horses, buffalo, wolves, anything that can move around. One of my little Japan asked me if I go to school, will I get sick? He said. And I said, I don't know. It's up to the Creator. Then he asked me, what's that? So I told her. Nowadays it's very hard for young people to understand their ways but I try and help as much as I can. I'm not too good at talking English.
You could talk Cree if you want.
Aye?
If you want to talk Cree, yeah, we'll get someone to translate it.
Mä kutsun haima itok. Mä kappuko kauitiisuja. Mä meskot. Kaki semmoon miasun. Kaka miimu. Ja kai kustamus kaik. Kestee auiekak totai. Sepoko kaka miimu jeki koi kaui tuottameka testameka kaui tiihuye. Na nasko mau isku. Viste no tekskeita. Ke sui tihtaasu. Minä muita kustamikan naa tauihu. Imi kuusnaanogan ei hiauja. Maskiikia kamiaupa tihtaa. Aika miimuk. Minä kai pumeek. Kaki semoni ke tuhteek. Aiman mä naskaumaga. Kaka miimu. Minä aiman moetti peimsoja. Kate puotti kuusi puku kes. Puku yksi ei kiiwe. Akka miimutaan. Eikä ei pumeetaankaan ei hiauja. No naato. Wapskuvias kuise. Voi siihkonouki taskiino. Kia noi sunki taskiino. Yksi ei sen nausku muaan. We'll go say no we big squid. Except tama.
Tape it you.
Ah,
You tape her? Oh, where's your taper? Oh, I didn't know.
and masempai I mean.
You could talk Cree if you want to.
Huh?
Guinea
I'm
Hill
deaf.
Yan.
Deaf.
Oh,
Big squid we big squid ni ka na yawin. Ako suno mo maka
Ayo my ada. Sure. I come from Red Pheasant. I'm from there. My mother died when I was 12 years old. And my dad came home to live. My dad come from here first place. Well, there was a stepmother. And I suffered in my life. I had a heart attack once, and a car accident once, but never caught killed. I went to school 10 years, boarding school. I suffered there too. And I lost all my brothers and sisters. It's only me. There was 10 of us. They all passed on. And swam alone, loner. But I got kids, grandkids, great-grandkids. I'm thanking for that. Right now I'm trying to do Sundance, but I'm sick at the same time. I'm trying to. I don't talk to young people too much, because I don't talk good English, but I talk good Cree, but I can't talk Cree to talk to young people, because they don't understand. If I talk Cree, I can talk good Cree and a poor English. English. I think that's about all. I used to do sweats, but my son is taking over sweats. I used to do that too. Ceremonies, sun dances.
Oh, Lindsay.
oh no. What do you guys think about how your community is handling the pandemic?
Well, we've been locked, which gave us a lot. I did a lot of sewing. I didn't mind it that bad. I guess it precaution they had to so the disease wouldn't, the sickness wouldn't. It was okay for me.
We guess I take our butts every day. We guess. You have to use
We
that
guess
every
it's
day.
very powerful too.
That's a very powerful.
Rat root?
I just break it a little bit. Put it in my mouth. Then it's good for diabetic. Or you can boil it too and drink the water. That's about all I use.
I guess it helped a lot of people to be like isolated.
Did it make your life different? Like to have to stay home?
No, it reminded me of old times. I always stayed home. So, by hand. But now I got a machine. Hand washing. No. It was kind of, I didn't mind that. So long I had enough to eat every day. Oh, go check my pot.
Yeah, I was.
Medium.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys usually go shop?
Nice.
Do you usually go shop for groceries, or do you get someone to do that for you?
Well, that we got somebody to do it, but now I can go. I didn't like that waiting in line.
Mm.
My son, he lives in North Balford. I told him, bring me some. We have to wait in line, he said. Well, I don't want to wait in line. But I didn't mind waiting for 2 people, but I wouldn't want to stay there behind 5 or 6 people.
How was your leadership handling the pandemic?
Huh?
How do you think your leadership, your chief and councils are handling it?
Well, I think I know a lot of them people got mad at them. And I was teasing one councillor, he was going to a Sundance. And I told him that was the time Maple Creek,
Oh.
the hot rice got
Oh.
that. I told him, will you go? But when you come back, well, it's our turn to lock you. So he didn't go. That was Carl.
Oh. Did anybody seek any kind of medicine, Indian medicine here? Did they come ask for medicine from you? Yeah. For the
They
COVID?
wanted for smudges.
Oh.
And the vision I had was, I don't want to talk about it, but I'll tell you after.
Oh.
And
But they ask for some medicine when they come?
yeah.
Yeah. I did.
Do you think what do you think people could learn from this, from a pandemic happening? What will it teach people, do you think?
Mm-hmm. If they really respect they can keep that, because in our ways, what the old people told us or tell us, we have to keep it. And not to nowadays it's pretty hard. People want to make money. But if we continue, the epidemic should pass by. Not unless they keep going overseas and getting this and that. I wouldn't go in a plane now. I used to go to Ottawa, Newfoundland, Halifax. I traveled the Northwest Territories and Yukon. It was nice traveling that time.
She travels lots. So when you got put on lockdown, were you were you mad when you got put on lockdown? You couldn't go nowhere.
Kind of. Never mind, I thought. So I got sick and I don't want to get sick again.
Mm-hmm.
And Mushroom was wondering why. I told him, like the old times we stay home. When you always used to leave me.
Oh. How many years did you say you guys were together when he stole
67.
you? 67.
Going on 67.
And he stole you, eh?
Huh?
He stole you? From where?
Yeah.
The creek.
Me and Patsy are the men stole us.
Oh.
AJ and Mushroom are
Oh yeah, yeah.
stealers, robbers.
Robbers.
When were you born?
Huh?
When were you born?
June 10, 1937.
And
On the
Mushroom?
10th.
And Mushroom?
March 2nd, 1931.
Oh, really? 30s.
And you were born here in Little Pine?
No, Poundmaker.
Oh.
Across the creek. Across from the sports ground.
Where you got stolen? By the creek?
Yeah.
Oh, she went for water and my Mushroom went water his horse, but she was going for water. That she went there to go fill up her bucket. Then my Mushroom just went there and put her on his horse and left.
And my late sister was with me.
She got in trouble. And then they got married.
I was 16 when I got married.
18.
He was 18?
Ah.
Mushroom was 18.
I think that's all the questions I had. But is there anything else you wanted to say? Both of you? Either of you?
Continue what you're doing. If you need help, I'll try and help you.
Yeah.
And come and visit once in a while.
When you're
She's a
home.
good taxi.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad some of my granddaughters are, try to carry on. Grandsons. That's not all our family there.
That's just the older ones.
Really?
Yeah. There's more.
Some have babies.
There's more, and
That was my daughter that got killed in Edmonton.
What's that? Oh. Why, what happened to her?
I don't know.
She got killed, I don't know really. I never wanted to go and listen to the court.
Mm-hmm.
I've always told her to come home. And she said, I'll go
Pictures.
home in a box.
Yeah.
Don't say that. And she did come home. 8 years now. She lost one son and she raised another boy. He lives in Edmonton. Quite a while since we saw.
He doesn't like
Seen
that
him.
picture. Your dad. I don't like that picture. I don't know why.
You have skunk juice, mushroom.
Huh?
Skunk juice.
Junk food.
Skunk juice.
Yeah, somewhere.
Okay.
Just wondering.
I'm a skunk. Skunk medicine.
Oh, you have to pay for it.
So that's it. Except
Aksaha, kitong. Next time.
Kiyamaga. Except.
Get up there, big swing.
That was a tough life.
Huh?
I had a tough life when I was a kid. I told you everything. I lost my mother when I was 12
He
years
had a
old.
tougher life after he got married.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My mother died when I was 12. And then I went to boarding school. She died on November. They didn't let us to come to with Pheasant, that's where I come from, to come to the wake. No, they were too strict. They didn't take us. That's about all, I think.
How is your life now, mushroom?
Okay, I guess. Doing nothing. I don't have to work. Well, see you guys.
One time our 45-year anniversary, they told me to talk. I said, my maiden name was Samaganus. And I said, then I got this guy. You know, Samaganus means RCMP in Cree. Oh, no bail for him, I said. Then last 65 years, no, 66 years, we had our anniversary. Then Simon's still on bail. Yes.
This is a whistle. Sometimes I'm trying to fix it up, but it's hard. Some are hard to fix.
Mm-hmm.
I got that 100-year-old whistle